Barbie actress America Ferrara thinks that more people need Feminism 101 while talking about her monologue in the Barbie film. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. With that out of the way, let's get into this here. Barbie actress America Ferrara declares, quote, "There are a lot of people who need Feminism 101 as ideology is exposed as demonic." Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. You should have it bookmarked for all your pop culture news. So, Ferrera had an interview with the New York Times where she discussed her feminist monologue in the Barbie film. I did include the monologue here in the article. I don't think we really need to go over it for this video, but if you want to watch the monologue or read what she says, it is here in the article, which you can find in the description. But she was asked about the criticism the monologue received by the New York Times. She says, "What are your thoughts on the discourse that some people believe Gloria's speech oversimplifies feminism?" This is how Ferrera responded. She said, "We can know things and still need to hear them out loud. It can still be cathartic. There are a lot of people who need Feminism 101, whole generations of girls who are just coming up now and who don't have words for the culture that they're being raised in." Obviously, wanting to indoctrinate them into feminism is what she is saying right there. Very clear, and obviously wants to use the Barbie movie to do that. They were very clear about this leading up to the film, both director Greta Gerwig as well as actress Margot Robbie, declaring that the film was indeed feminist and was pushing that feminist messaging. And Frere here obviously confirming that as well after the fact. Nevertheless, she went on, also boys and men who may have never spent any time thinking about feminist theory. So not only does she want to indoctrinate young girls, but she also wants to indoctrinate boys and men as well. Very clear there. She then said, "If you are well versed in feminism, then it might seem like an oversimplification, but there are entire countries that ban this film for a reason." Yeah, indeed, indeed, because feminism is demonic. To say that something that is maybe foundational or, in some people's view, basic feminism isn't needed is an oversimplification. Assuming that everybody is on the same level of knowing and understanding the experience of womanhood is an oversimplification. So obviously, she just wants to push this on as many people as she possibly can, and she's saying that they're like any kind of criticism of it being oversimplified is because, hey, there's lots of people who don't know about feminism, and we need to get them on board so then they can be doing deep dive into feminism and get indoctrinated into the occult and the demonic nature of the ideology. And indeed, the ideology is demonic. We have a new book by Dr. Carrie Gress that goes over this, titled "The End of Woman: How Smashing the Patriarchy Has Destroyed Us." And she recently discussed the ideology's demonic roots with Pints with Aquinas host Matt Fradd. At one point during their conversation, she was discussing feminist icon Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and she said that Stanton is in New York at this time when the Second Great Awakening is going on, and there's all these seances and mediums happening kind of all over. There's this new form in which the women are communicating with the spirits, and it's through this knocking on these particular tables. And so they're called spirit tables because that's where they would operate. They would conjure up the spirits, and the spirits would give them answers. So obviously, conjuring up demons, she's using spirits there, but conjuring up demons and the demons giving them answers through these tables that they were using. Obviously demonic there. In an interview on Integrated with Angela Erickson, she also detailed Percy Shelley, who is the mind behind feminism. He was hugely into the occult. He actually spent the night in a tomb so that he could conjure up the devil. He was also interested in this idea of how to rewrite Genesis 3. How do you make Eve not into a fallen woman, but how do you recreate her into this image of a woman who was given an opportunity by the serpent? And that's what he did. So you're dealing with a guy who kind of created feminism, is trying to conjure up the devil, and then trying to rewrite history, rewrite Genesis 3 into making the woman being given an opportunity by the devil. Ridiculous is what all of this is, but it's also demonic. It's clearly trying to lie to people to buy into all of this stuff. It's based on a lie. Nevertheless, Gress would go on and said, and that's the idea that also got picked up by Madame Blavatsky, who started Theosophy. And at the heart of it was this idea of the kind of knowledge that Eve received from the serpent. So who picks this up but Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who was very much into spiritualism and saw spiritualism as this great opportunity for women, because what did it do? It got rid of men in religion. You no longer needed a priest. All you needed was a bunch of women sitting around a spirit table and getting the knocking back. Through seances, the spirits would speak to you, and that's how you got answers for everything. So, very detailed how these kind of founders of feminism were worshiping the devil, were all into the occult, were into demonic activities. Uh, Gress also wrote an article in the National Catholic Register, writing this: feminism's core beliefs were first articulated by English poet Percy Bysshe. I'm not sure to say that middle name there. Shelley. While his wife Mary Shelley was writing Frankenstein, Percy Shelley was conjuring up his own creature, the first woman, who he called Sithna, to be detached from husband or children entirely. Sithna's only relationship, not accidentally, was with the devil. Shelley himself practiced the dark arts, going so far as to spend a night in a tomb to make contact with the devil. He also offered a new version of the book of Genesis and the fall of man. In Shelley's reimagined reading of it based on Milton's Paradise Lost, Eve is no longer the means of the fall, but through the serpent is given an opportunity for a special kind of knowledge. So that is what is at the core of feminism. These people that are heavily involved in the occult, trying to conjure up the devil, trying to commune with the devil, trying to have discussions with the devil. And that is what is at feminism's heart: wants to destroy the family, destroy women, destroy men, destroy human beings, God's creation, wants to bring us down and spend eternity with him in the fires of hell. And we must reject this. And we must reject America Ferrara trying to impose this demonic ideology on us. It's absolutely disgusting and sickening that someone wants to indoctrinate people into this ideology. What America Ferrara needs is a sit down, an intervention. She needs a realization that feminism is absolutely wrong, and it will indeed destroy her and destroy those people closest to her. And that is why we must oppose this ideology at all costs, and not let it destroy the people around us, the people that we love. As we see, it is destroying a lot of the IPs that we love: Star Wars, Marvel, the list goes on and on and on. So the fruits of feminism are indeed rotten, and that is why we oppose it. Those are my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, but to always speak the truth.